When a man ignores you, here's what he's thinking. Let's delve into the psyche of a man when he chooses the path of silence. We've all been there. The long wait for a text message that doesn't come, the unsettling quiet that fills the air after a disagreement, the unanswered calls. When someone we care about, especially a romantic partner, suddenly goes silent, it evokes a myriad of emotions in us: confusion, worry, hurt, and sometimes even anger. But have you ever paused to wonder what goes on in his mind during those silent moments? Is it indifference or a storm of emotions he's trying to navigate? This video delves into the psyche of a man when he chooses the path of silence. It's understanding the male psyche. From childhood, many men are taught to be pillars of strength and stoicism. Boys don't cry and man up are phrases they grow up hearing. This societal conditioning often equates vulnerability with weakness, pushing many to bottle up their feelings rather than express them. Ignoring, in some cases, becomes an unconscious defense mechanism, a shield against revealing what they perceive as chinks in their emotional armor. Moreover, the very act of ignoring is seldom about indifference. On the contrary, it's often a byproduct of overwhelming emotions, where retreat feels like the safest option. It's not always the best way to handle emotions, but it's a learned response for many. Common triggers for silence. Number one, external pressures. Men, like everyone else, deal with a variety of pressures daily, be it from work, family, or personal challenges. Sometimes the weight of these issues can make them retreat inward, leading them to unintentionally ignore those around them. Number two, emotional overwhelm. Moments of emotional intensity, whether stemming from an argument or an external event, can make one feel cornered. For someone unaccustomed to navigating strong emotions, the default response might be to shut down and ignore the source of their discomfort. Number three, need for personal space. Everyone values their personal space, and sometimes a man might pull away to recharge and find his equilibrium. This isn't necessarily an indication of a lack of love or care. Rather, it's a self-preservation mechanism. The fear factor, avoidance due to insecurities. Deep down, aren't we all a little afraid? Afraid of not being loved back, of not being good enough, or of getting hurt? Men are no exception. Such insecurities can cause them to distance themselves, especially if they feel they're developing strong feelings for someone. The irony is palpable. Just when they start caring deeply, the fear makes them put up walls, often in the form of ignoring. The looming uncertainty about where a relationship is headed or worries about commitment can further fuel this behavior. Instead of addressing these feelings head on, some find it easier to bury their heads in the sand, hoping that silence will shield them. Power play, ignoring as a control tactic. While many reasons for ignoring someone stem from personal struggles, it's crucial to acknowledge that sometimes it can be a manipulative tool. Using silence as a weapon, some exert dominance or try to cause emotional distress. It's essential to recognize and differentiate between someone needing space and someone using silence to maintain control. Relationships built on such power dynamics need introspection and often professional intervention. Reflective silence, inner conflict, and decision-making. Every individual at times faces inner turmoil or conflict. During such phases, a man might distance himself to introspect and make sense of his feelings. This kind of silence is a quest for clarity. However, the challenge here is to strike a balance. While it's okay to seek solitude for reflection, communication is pivotal. It ensures that the other person doesn't feel left in the dark or undervalued. The importance of communication. Misunderstandings often breed in the silence. While giving space is essential, so is communication. If you feel someone is distancing themselves, it's okay to initiate a dialogue. Ask open-ended questions and listen without judgment. However, also be aware of your boundaries. It's vital to differentiate between respecting someone's need for space and tolerating behavior that borders on emotional manipulation. Silence, as they say, speaks volumes. It's a language in itself, revealing layers of unspoken emotions, fears, and needs. By understanding the reasons behind a man's silence, we can foster empathy and patience. Yet, it's equally crucial to champion open communication, ensuring that silence doesn't become a chasm too vast to bridge. After all, relationships thrive not just in shared moments of joy, but also in understanding the unsaid and navigating it together. If you're struggling to attract a good man in your life and every guy seems like he's the wrong one, visit MatthewCoast.com to learn more about how we can help you attract the man you've always wanted.